Good afternoon. It is Friday, December 2nd, 2022. We finished our devotional look at Paul's letter to the Galatians, and we finished a wonderfully grateful Thanksgiving season. And now we're going to turn our attention to Christmas. For the next several devotionals, we'll be sharing biblical thoughts on Christmas, beginning with some from the prophet Isaiah. In his wisdom, God gave Isaiah some of the best glimpses of what the Messiah would look like. Isaiah was an Israelite prophet in the 8th century BC and had a tremendously difficult ministry. God gave him tremendous messages, but no one listened to him. His contemporaries reviled him. His ministry began in tragedy, and tradition shares that he ended in a very violent death. Yet at the same time, God gave him an understanding of the beauty and majesty of the coming Messiah far above any of his peers or followers. One example is the foretelling of the virgin birth. Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, 2nd edition, says, "All right then, the Lord himself will give you the sign. Look, the virgin will conceive a child, she will give birth to a son, and will call him Immanuel," which means God is with us. The Lord himself will give you a sign. God will take supernatural action, invading time and space to do something miraculous and wonderful. And it says he will give you a sign. Now, the word sign in the Old Testament does not mean something you stick on the side of the road to tell you it's going to curve. The word sign means an attesting miracle, something that God does or that one of God's people does that shows supernatural power to prove that God's at work. So here's the sign you're going to see. Here's the attesting miracle. Here's the wonderful, marvelous, miraculous thing God's going to do to let you know that it's truly God at work. And what he says is, the virgin will conceive. How beautiful that is, that our God is both fully God and fully man. Jesus is born of a virgin, but also conceived by the Holy Spirit. God in human flesh, fully God and fully man. And he says this virgin will conceive and give birth to a son. Go through all of the normal birth cycles and mysteries and wonders and beauties and agonies of birth, and give birth to a son, and will call him Immanuel. And then Isaiah translates that, just in case we're not real sure what that means. It means God is with us. How beautiful it is to recognize the wonder and beauty of God's presence with us, whatever's going on in our lives. Isaiah had one of the worst lives of anyone in the Old Testament. Yet God granted him these beautiful glimpses of how beautiful and majestic and wonderful Jesus would be. No matter how bad life gets, how tough things are, whether we're struggling because of our situation politically, or we're struggling because of our culture's economy, or whether we're struggling spiritually because we're in just a tough spot, or whether we're struggling relationally because things are not working out with our friends and family like we hoped they would, whatever things are going wrong, how bad it is or how tough it gets, God is with us. And that was God's message to Isaiah. No matter how tough things are, God is with us. And this Christmas season, we can rejoice because God is with us. How precious it is to recognize that whatever happens, whatever's going on, whatever's occurring, however pertinent we think we are, God is with us. May God bless you this week.